are not alone. Aliens may have checked out Earth in the past. This is what a new study claims. Well, we have the book of Enoch. It talks about ETs and Greys being the descendants of fallen angels. Now, where do we find information on the good ones? God has many types of angels, but nowhere in the Bible does it talk about God's other creations. Enoch does, though, and I believe that the Ethiopian church has the book of Enoch in their Old Testament, as they do the Shepherd of Hermas. Now, we also have the recently found Tully papyrus papers. The hieroglyphs have been translated. It's the witnessing of one of the pharaohs of ancient Egypt of a landing of the original rulers of Egypt. And it talks about his fright to see them coming and landing over the pyramids, giving orders as to how people should live and what they should do. The Tully papyrus. We'll talk about this, but let's talk about this. We are not alone. We've been checked out. Of course, we have so many instances of evidence of this. Let's remember the Seti Temple of ancient Egypt. It has the hieroglyphs of things that we have today, aircraft such as helicopters, jet airplanes. It even has submarines, all types of modern craft. How did they come up with these images if they didn't have them? Also, one of the last rightful pharaohs of Egypt, Nectanebo II, had given an order for all pagan temples to be destroyed, but not the one of the Seti Temple in Abydos, Egypt. The Abydos Seti Temple has the hieroglyphs of those crafts on one of their friezes. And he says, we're not going to destroy that ever, because that is the original place that the rulers of Egypt landed at. We have strange things going on, and okay, let's say we have beings that have landed here with advanced technology, ancient advanced technology. Oh, let's remember one thing. The word Egypt. Egypt is actually Greek, meaning Aegyptos, meaning Aegean. It's a compound word for Aegean and flight in Greek. Flight over the Aegean, of course, because they used to fly. Meaning Aegean, and Ept meaning flight. This is on Sputnik News. Enrico Fermi first posed that paradox that was later named after him, asking, where is everybody? Ever since, astrophysicists have been pondering that question as they argue and discuss that there has been plenty of time for intelligent life to put in an appearance, yet we have heard nothing from them. I have never seen an image or a photograph of them. Where are they? Where is the proof? Alien civilizations may have explored the galaxy, visiting Earth already without our knowing it. A new study published last month in the Astronomical Journal says. No, I have to take back my comment. Wait, I have to take back my comment. I'm so sorry. I have to qualify that. What about all these images and videos that we're getting of radar images of these very strange hypersonic craft over the West Coast? These images and videos that were taken by radar by our U.S. Navy pilots, and that the Navy is now coming and asking them to come forward and give information as to what they know, because it's a matter of security, national security. And they have to figure out what these things are, who is behind them, and what do they want here? What are they doing exactly? Some of these things even crashed with the pilots when the pilots were up there on training missions. They came back, the pilots came back and landed. They were all jittery, shocked, because they almost crashed with those things up there. So, yeah, we do have evidence of something. Now, according to research by Jonathan Carroll Nellenbach, a computational scientist at the Center for Integrated Research Computing at the University of Rochester, he says intelligent alien life could be taking its time to explore the galaxy and harness star systems movements. The study, called the Fermi Paradox and the Aurora Effect, Exo-Civilization Settlement, Expansion and Steady States, offers a different take on the question known as the Fermi Paradox, which questions why we have not detected signs of extraterrestrial intelligence yet. Well, we have. Our US Navy pilots have, and they've recently come out with videos and images of that, and witnesses. If you look at one of my previous videos, the Nimitz encounters, okay, the Nimitz encounters have the videos and images and witnessing, and the person that made that film has it on YouTube under Creative Commons, reuse allowed. That's why I copied it and have it in one of the Nimitz encounters. Amazing. They even have these huge UFOs diving and going right under the surface of the water, and they have these drone UFOs, some kind of smaller UFOs, checking the mothership out that has just dived under the surface of the water. Very strange things. Very strange things. So, why have we not detected signs of extraterrestrial intelligence yet? Well, I guess we have. Physicist Enrico Fermi suggested first the paradox when he posed the question, where is everybody? The authors of new study claim it's likely aliens are just statistically biding their time. Astrophysicist Michael Hart explored this issue formally when he argued in 1975 paper that there cannot be another advanced civilization in our galaxy if in all this time since it formed we have heard nothing from them. And Jonathan Carroll Nellenbach is quoted by Business Insider as saying, if you don't account for motion of stars when you try to solve this problem, they're basically left with one of two solutions. Either nobody leaves their planet, or we are in fact the only technological civilization in the galaxy. According to Carroll Nellenbach, stars orbit the center of the galaxy on different paths at different speeds. Aliens could be poised for their next destination to come closer to them. In that case, civilizations would take longer to spread across the stars than Hart estimated, and they may not have reached us yet, or perhaps they did long before humans involved. Researchers have sought to answer the Fermi paradox in a number of ways based on diverse hypotheses, but the authors of the newest study point out that previous research has not accounted for the fact that our galaxy moves. Just as planets orbit stars, star systems orbit the entire galaxy, and our solar system, for example, orbits the galaxy every 230 million years. So if civilizations arise in star systems far away from the others, they could make the trip shorter by waiting until their orbital path brings them closer to a habitable star system, the study says. Quote, if long enough is 1 billion years, well, then that's one solution to the Fermi paradox. Habitable worlds are so rare that you have to wait longer than any civilization is expected to last before another one comes in range. This is what the lead author of the research said. As they puzzled over scenarios in which aliens could exist, the scientists used numerical models to simulate how a civilization might spread across the galaxy, concluding the Milky Way would be filled with settled star systems that we don't know about. Another argument in the debate about alien life is what Hart called Fact A. There are no interstellar visitors on Earth now, and there is no evidence of previous visits, which does not mean they were never here, point out the authors of the new study. Well, okay, first of all, you're assuming that aliens don't look like us. What happens if they do look like us? It's like a formula of the survival of the fittest, or a formula as to the natural way of things, that the human is the top of the creation. So he would be that in every planet, in every system. That's the first thing you've got wrong. And the second thing you say is that there's no evidence of previous visits. Well, we do have evidence. We have evidence from the Nimitz encounters, and we have evidence from the Tully Papyrus of a pharaoh of ancient Egypt. And, to hear the way he describes the landing of these lords of Egypt, the original lords and founders of the area, he does not, he says that they're frightening in appearance. I guess frightening in that he's in awe of their knowledge and their advanced technology, because he doesn't describe them as being anything different from people. Now we do have, though, other written testimony of Alexander the Great's historians who kept annals of all his conquests and campaigns, and notes of what they had discovered and what they found there, and that they found various Nephilim creatures, the abominable, despicable races of the abomination races, the races of abomination. They were beings without heads. They were beings with heads in their torsos. They were beings with hundreds of hands or legs, and he was charged with getting rid of them, or throwing them in pits and then building pyramids over them after covering the opening with certain metals, which they couldn't come in contact with, otherwise they would die of toxicity. So, we have all these records. So yeah, we do have evidence. And now going on with this article, if such a visit occurred millions of years ago, there might not be remaining telltale signs. It's even possible that aliens have passed near Earth since we've been here, but decided not to visit, or they might not consider checking out an already habitable planet feasible. In any case, suggest researchers, we should not be discouraged. In the next few years, our ability to detect and observe other potentially habitable planets is set to improve dramatically with the advent of new technology. The Hubble Space Telescope and Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellites, TESS for short, are continuing the search, as NASA is building the James Webb Space Telescope, which may be able to see as far through space and time as the Big Bang. So I guess more to come on this. I'll leave links below for you for this. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.